Hey everyone, welcome to Cowabunga Ranger Talk. This is the All Elite edition because we have an elite guest with us. We got Mr. Homemade right there. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm doing pretty good. It's a nice weekend. Ready to just, relax. Get my last job out the way tonight. But other than that, I'm ready to bust it up with y'all.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
And as always, my partner in crime, the yin to my yang right there, DTV83. Say hello to the
Hey,
fans, buddy.
how's it going, everybody?
Yeah, buddy. So, for those of you watching that don't know Mr. Home Arcade, a little background on him. He is a customizer. He used to do video games mostly, but then he evolved into what his channel is currently, which is a lot of Masters of the Universe Origins figures. Because I've seen some of your stuff and it's pretty funny and it's cool and stuff. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about it, buddy?
All right, well, yeah, I used to do videos on home arcade stuff, hence the name Mr. Home Arcade. But then I ended up switching it up because that shit got old to me. You know what I mean? So I wanted to do something that I used to enjoy collecting, you know what I'm saying, when I was younger. So I took that passion over to Master Universe Origins. Been doing that for about a couple of years now, and I greatly enjoy it. Love them figures.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Uh, I saw on your channel you like outsource some playsets sometimes, right? Like you'll have somebody try to do you the actual Eternia, the pig castle or this or that or
Well,
something.
yeah, that's the thing. Like, if I can't make it myself, there's so many different customizers out there that can do it. You know what I mean? So I've gotten customs from all around the world: Germany, Russia, Spain, Africa, Asia. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? As long as if they can do something nice, that shit looks legit to me, I'll buy it.
Yeah,
There you
you know,
go.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dave.
Oh, I was gonna say, there you go. And Masquerade, maybe you should think about that as something we were talking about privately, just to let you know.
We talk about a lot of things privately,
Yeah,
so
but you know what I'm talking
we'll
about
talk
in
about that
general.
conversation privately too. But yeah, for those that don't know, I mean, Mr. Homework, just for like new people listening, because you have your fan base as well. I am a three-time animated series creator and created Mascara Fighters. I created Diamond Series and Cali Collider. And soon I'm going to be launching my fourth show, which is called Echo Reality Champs. And my fifth show, I am headed towards the goal line, in December of this year, hopefully. And that show's going to be called Haven Cubs. I'm a toy maker, an animator, and a musician. And that's kind of how we got involved. And why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself, DTV?
So yeah, I'm a YouTuber, and I just do toy reviews originally, and now I'm doing retro video games. So I'm kind of the opposite of Mr. Home Arcade, you know. And as you know, I'm a guitar player, so that's like what Masquerade was saying. And yeah, it's just all about fun and having fun on this channel, and all the YouTube channels are all about having fun, you know?
Yeah.
I can dig it. Sounds good. So y'all like playing music, huh?
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. I'm actually a singer songwriter. DTV is actually a musician. I'm more of the songwriter side. He actually plays the
Yeah,
instrument, the
I play
writer.
guitar, keyboards, anything that has strings on I can pretty much play.
Shit. Well, that's very impressive. That's a hard thing to do. You know what I mean? So that's what's up. That you're using your gifts.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
even use my gift on some of my YouTube videos. I'll just add it in, you know, something I know is copyright claim. If I do it myself, you know, it's not copyright claim because you don't have all the rest of the music there. So
You're goddamn right. Ha ha.
Yeah, because he doesn't have the synthesizers to make the sounds or whatever.
yeah.
Or he doesn't have like the beat drums, the
Something that just keeps it out of the way of, you know, copyright claim this and copyright strike, screw that shit.
yeah.
Ha
Hey,
ha.
if you can do it, that's awesome. You know.
yeah.
Do you play any music, by the way, Mr.
Do I
Homework?
play now? You know what? Maybe back in the day, I did dip and dab a little bit in the drums, in the trombone. But that was back in school days, long time ago. I don't play shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So uh, we wanted to have you on this show because we kind of wanted to do a Mattel Beyond episode, right? Where we're talking a little bit just because a Beyond episode is usually like we look at the brands of the entire company, not just specifically Ninja Turtles and Playmates or Power Rangers and Hasbro. You know, like we look at the whole thing. And Mattel has done an actual good amount of Ninja Turtle stuff, but they're the House of He-Man. You know, Mattel's the House of He-Man. So why don't you tell us a little bit of how you sort of like your fan base? How did you get into Masters of the Universe?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, basically, when I ended up switching the channel up to do like reviews and stuff like that, I started by doing a couple of Motu commercials. You know what I mean? Them old school ones, but I just wanted to put my little flavor on it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
the whole thing with my channel is I do them videos for me. Okay? Like, I'm my biggest fan. This shit makes me laugh. And if other
yeah,
people find that shit funny too, that's a win-win. And come to find out, other people found that shit funny. So I just keep on with my Motu stories and then started incorporating Motu reviews because it just makes sense. You know what I mean? I'm playing with these figures. I might as well review them. You know what I mean? And it just
yeah,
goes from there. And there's so much stuff to go over with the whole Masters of the Universe origins and custom figures and all that stuff. I got content for days. So I just stick in my lane right there and just do that. You know what I mean? And other people
yeah,
want to come along for the ride, they're welcome to.
yeah. I saw you did a couple of reviews on some vehicles. That's why I was asking about the vehicles and the playsets and stuff. That like keeps up
Oh man,
real
I
estate.
just did one today. It was the Turtles of Gray Skull mashup of the Castle Gray Skull and the Turtle Van.
Oh, I think I might have seen it. Is that the one where it like becomes the Castle Grayskull on wheels, basically?
Yep, yep, pretty much.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy to do. You made that one, or somebody customized
Nah,
it?
a buddy of mine, Joe Rizzo Customs, he made that shit. He lives all the way in California.
Yeah, it looked
So I
good.
got, I got a question for y'all real quick. I know you said that you like to talk mostly about the TMNT and stuff like that. How do you feel about that crossover line with Mattel with He-Man?
Uh, well, I actually collected, but to be honest, I think after Wave One they ran out of gas.
What?
Well, this is what I mean. Like I'm a man. I'm a fan of both. So like for me specifically, okay. Like I like what they were doing because they came out with the four turtles. They came out with Shredder. Like because that's kind of why you get into that subline, right? That okay, here's where we're going. What the turtles will look like in the He-Man world, right? But I don't know. Like some other like okay, like Hordak with like bigger wings. That doesn't really attune to. I don't know. It's not really for me. I think another place where they kind of like dropped the ball was with He-Man himself, the purple He-Man, the mutated He-Man, right? I like the design. I like the concept. We actually covered the first magazine because it is a very cool idea that the turtles like teleporting to Eternia and all of this, right? So like myth wise, it's a good idea. But my thing is like, why is the figure so small? If anything, it should have used the Crane buck, the Andre the Giant buck. It's way, way, way too small.
I
If
mean,
it's just a big beast, you know what I mean? If it's just the Hulk should be bigger. He shouldn't be exactly the same size as the other characters.
they did use the Andre the Giant arms on his ass though.
Yeah,
They
and then
did. They
then
did.
they yeah, but then there you go because they did Krang in that in the buck. So why couldn't they have
Well,
just made him
Krang
bigger?
is different. Krang is big as shit. You know what I mean? And that Krang
Yeah,
is a mix with one of the other figures in the Motu world. I forget his name, but it's a big guy.
yeah, yeah. I know. I think it's one of the giants from like right before the
That's
line
right.
originally ended, right?
Yes, sir.
Like way, way deep cut. Yeah.
I
So
forget. God damn it. His name's on the tip of my tongue. But besides that, you didn't like none of the mutation figures like Rad Lore or Merman and none of them.
I liked them
Um,
aesthetically, but I just didn't like them like gotta get them. I like them like looking at them, you know what I mean? But I didn't hate them or anything. It was just like To me, the whole purpose, because I have so many like Motu characters already, like I already have like three different versions of Merman. Like, oh, this is the tune, and this is the origins to the toy line, and this is the because I was actually a pretty a big fan of the CGI show too, and so like I just have so much, and it isn't even like as a bad thing. I guess it's like overexposure for me. You know what I mean? Like these characters, I've had them so many times, kind of like
I,
Star Wars collectors. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you have
that's
40.
funny you say that because yeah, I know you say that you were into the TMNT, and when the vintage TMNT line, how many times did they redo the turtles over and over and over again? How many
Yeah,
They,
times?
yeah, they
yeah.
did a whole lot
But
actually,
but
because
you bought into the
you
turtle line.
know. But
That's
again,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
I
so
loved
you
it.
knew you were
again,
gonna get multiple turtles in a turtle line. If you're in a Motu line, I'm gonna like look. I have like probably like 6 or 7 different He-Mans, so it's not a big deal because that's the line I bought into. You know what I'm saying? So for me, and like as a collector or even as a toy maker too, like I give them credit too. It's not like I don't like the idea. It's just like okay, like best way I can put it. Some characters really hit it for me, and some characters kind of fell flat. Like the way the turtles were done with the skinny legs of He-Man and this and that, and some of the strap armor, that looks cool. I like that. I like that they were combining. Okay, make Leonardo more He-Manish, make Ram Man and more Raphael-ish. Like stuff like that. I like those concepts. But I mean, personally, I think it ran its course, and I'm really looking forward to the next evolution, which is going to be the Thundercats crossover, because that's the next wave coming in, right? That's
Yeah,
what
it's
that's
supposed
what
to
they're
come out
basically.
in April.
Bro, have you seen those images? Those things look pretty good.
They look good, except I just don't like Lionel's face. I don't know why they put freckles on his face.
Yeah.
Don't make sense.
Okay. So I personally like. I'm gonna get the first wave for sure. Yeah, that's the first. I'm locked in for the first wave, and if I see them again on clearance, I probably would get them again just because you can have two different looks. You know. So this is what he
Oh
looks like
yeah.
in his original version, and this is what he looks like in his like crossover version. And a lot of those crossover pieces look like they were kind of designed or sculpted sort of in the style of Mondo, right? Like sort of some of the shoulder pads for Lionel or the chest armor for Chitara and things like that. They kind of look like like they got a lot of inspiration from Mondo, and I like the Mondo look. Also, the big crest for Lionel's head, that looks very like King Lionel that Mondo has done a head for. So I like that in that scale and that size. So for me, that's a solid wave. What do you think?
Well, to be honest, I hope it looks good. I'm glad that they're incorporating the regular look with like a Motu style look. You know what I mean? How you can switch between the two. But for the body style, it looks like they're coming out with a new type of body. Like the arms look a little bit longer, the legs are a little bit different. Just like how the cartoon collection legs are a little bit different. It's
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. I think, yeah, you're right because Lionel looks thin, like he's got thinner legs there. Like he looks a little taller than what you would usually expect for a Motu buck. And the loincloth, since it's bigger and it's supposed to cover up like the strap, the regular Lionel one, so it'll give it more of a Motu version. I'd have to see more pictures, but from what
how
I've
about
seen,
that? Does that work for you guys?
yeah, there it is.
That's perfect. Look at that shit right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And,
They all look good. Be honest with you, I got a buddy of mine that's working on some Thundercats figures for me. I redid all the bad guys in Motu form, and he's doing all the good guys for me. Because right there, I'm just not feeling the line though. I don't like his
Oh, neither
face.
am I.
I love it. I think they did a perfect version. I think that face is way better than another line that I liked, but it ended very abruptly, which was Savage World. You remember
Ah,
Savage
see.
World? The Savage World Lionel and all that were supposed to like.
The Savage World Lionel's face is better than that shit right there. I agree with you on that.
See, see, that's what I'm saying. I love the hair too for Lionel. they got beautiful hair. They nailed the hell out of the hair, and I like the idea of like switching off wigs instead of like breaking the peg to keep switching on and off heads. So that's a cool look too. Uh, you look at that Chitara. That Chitara is like pretty close to cartoon accurate.
That Chitara, she's looking good. I like the Skeletor mixed with Mumra. That shit looks hot.
Yes,
Then we
sir.
got
Oh
what?
yeah,
The what's that? Battle Panther, Battle Cat, and the two.
Yeah,
Battle
Battle.
Cat.
Yeah,
It looks okay.
yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. I know what you mean because that's using a standard Motu bug. That's
Yeah,
just a regular size figure. The only like super sized one is Mumra, which makes sense because he's Mumra. He's supposed to be bigger. You know?
I do know in Wave 2 they're gonna have Panthro, they're gonna have Tigra, they're gonna have a couple others. Like one other person. It's like 3 people per wave, pretty much.
Oh, I didn't know. Hey, you see that DTV? We got an exclusive because I had no idea what
That's
this thing
right.
was going to be.
Oh yeah, that's word on the street.
Yeah, yeah. I'm hoping they at least give me like the 4 and 4. You know, like here's the 4 main Thundercats, here's the 4 main bad guys, and I mean if they go on past that, I'm cool. But at least knock out the top 8. You know, for me anyway, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna do a Panthro with like in the body of the green one right here, Battle Cat. You know, I'm
Battle
pretty
Cat.
sure they're gonna do a Panthro like, in that Panthro man or whatever they want to call him.
Oh, you talking about Panther? Yeah, of course they're gonna do one.
Yeah.
I know that it only makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yeah, if you already buffed out that stuff and you're living in a world of anthropomorphic cats, of course you have to give the panther an anthropomorphic form. So, that'd be cool. I'm not crazy though about the Skeletor head. What do you think about it?
I kind of like the faces. Shit looks hot. You know what I mean? I can work with it. Since Mumra and Skeletor, kind of similar colors. You know what I mean? I can see them crossing over to make that crossover figure. And that Skeletor face kind of looks badass with the horns and shit going on the helmet. I kind
Yeah,
of like it.
yeah.
You kind of remind me of Super Skeletor. I don't know if you guys ever remember the He-Man of the Universe movie, but at the end where he turns like the Super Skeletor, that's what it reminds me of.
The gold one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I see where you're going there. I see where you're going.
yeah. It looks badass. I'm sorry, but that does look badass there. I like it.
Yeah, when they originally dropped these images, some people were confused because they were like, "Oh, is Skeletor one figure and Homer the other?" And no, they're 2-1. They're both just like
Yeah.
part swaps. But it does look good. I really like the sculpt that they did for the head of Mumra too. That is Mumra for sure.
Yeah, basically Skeletor, that's the deluxe figure in the line. And then the other 3, that's wave 1.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I get you. So they're gonna do like a 3 character wave, and then the big figure's gonna be like the floater or whatever, like the store exclusive.
Yeah, like, yeah, he's in that technically in that wave, but he's just the deluxe figure.
Okay,
Okay.
so if they do Monkey and he's like supersized, he'd probably be like an Amazon or a Target exclusive or
I
like
can see him being a deluxe figure.
yeah. Oh, man, it's crazy. I give me and DTV have talked about Thundercats a little bit, and we give a lot of credit to Super Seven because they like breathe life back into Thundercats. For all of their
Did,
mistakes, Super Seven did a really good job there.
did y'all buy the Cat's Lair?
Oh heck no, that thing is
Oh
huge.
yeah,
What?
That thing
yeah.
is huge and expensive too,
I
man.
have to get rid of like my bed and like my microwave or something.
He barely could fit the turtle. He barely could fit the Super Seven turtle van in his house. Come on.
I did get the turtle. He's right. We did a short review on it. We might have to do another review on it. Did you get it, by the way? Did you get
Man,
it?
I cannot wait to get my hands on that shit. I'm supposed to get it on Tuesday.
Okay. We
I
did.
got a spot. I got a spot right for it. They gonna live right down the street from the Eternals play set. You know what I mean? Him and the King, they gonna be neighbors.
All right. Because in like a news section, we've covered a little bit of that Playmates. I mean the cats there just because Super Seven's been teasing so much about doing a Thundercat. I mean a Technodrome. like, oh, what would we do if we did a technical demo? That'd be kind of like, I
That
mean, it
would be
looks like
crazy as shit. That thing is gonna be huge.
if they do it, because like now, I think they're getting like snake bit because it's been like a 3 year adventure for this Cat's Lair thing. So maybe they're getting, they're pulling back. Because I did see that they're gonna do like a flyer with the toy version of Ultraman, and that's gonna be on the cover of Toy Collector.
Yeah, I seen that shit. It looks all right.
Yeah, but it's like a flat with a surface here, and it's like, yeah, that's basically what the figure's supposed to be. I mean, what
Like
it
a
is.
paper airplane.
Yeah, yeah, it looks very paper airplane. That's exactly what it looks like because it doesn't even have a lot of textures or curves to it. It's pretty simple in its design. I mean, it's cool for its design because it's like, oh, look, a ship for the bad guys to like hover around. It's a pod, but it's not a ship. It's like
They
a
should have
flight.
did the fist pounder.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what you know what I'm talking about.
yeah, yeah,
That would have been hot.
yeah. One of the things we also talk about on this show, we were talking about. I don't collect the Thundercats Ultimates, but the two that are tempting to me are the toy colors because I was always more of a Thundercats toy fan than a Thundercats show fan. I don't know about you, DTV. What do you think about Thundercats?
God, I haven't watched Thundercats or even thought about Thundercats in a long time. I have seen the Super 7 stuff, and it doesn't really impress me very much. I like the old fashioned, some of the old fashioned stuff is more impressive than some of the newer day stuff, you know? And the
Yeah,
quality build is a lot better than I've had problems with Super 7. I think everybody has problems with Super 7 at times. But honestly, I try to stick to my own lane with the Super 7 stuff because I am not rich. I do not have the money for everything I would love to have. As Masker understands that, I'm sure.
well, not me because I'm big money over here.
Oh yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
producers of Cowabunga Ranger Talk just gave me a sizable bonus. Yeah, no, but real talk, I would get the toy colors of Lionel and Monroe just to have those because I like the way they look, but that box is coming in like so empty. It's like, I don't know. What do you think about Super 7 Thundercats, by the way?
Super 7 Thundercats. I buy them to make them in custom Motu versions. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
worth it to me like that. Yeah, I don't really collect the line, but I bought a bunch of them pictures. But like I said, it was only to make them into origins form. I will do that with any figure, anytime, any place, anywhere. I don't care. It's worth it to me. NECA RoboCop. What is that? NECA. What is that? All them horror figures. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Any
Oh
figure. I
yeah.
don't care. I've done so many in origins versions. I wish every figure was like that. That is the perfect buck, in my opinion.
yeah. I like Super 7. We talk about Super 7 constructively here. All right, so that you know, so we are collectors because DTV is the Power Ranger collector and I'm the Ninja Turtle collector for Super 7. But I don't know, they dropped the ball a lot, and then switching over, and now they're gonna do the 2003 Turtles because they just like I don't know, they had so many issues with doing the regular Turtles, the Playmates reimagining, which I loved. That was my line, and now they're like stopping cold and like I don't know. There's so many teams they haven't finished, and we've talked about this pretty extensively on our show. That they'll
Yeah.
give you like three other characters, and then the fourth one, you know, where's Rock and Roll Raphael, or where's Undercover Don, or they'll start like a weird set, like the Sports Turtles. They did one of the Sports Turtles, the Basketball Donnie, but they had to change the colors because Jordan was getting pissed. Uh, he was. Come on, Jordan's not gonna play like that.
I got a question for you. What do you like better, NECA TMNT or Super 7 TMNT?
Oh, I'm a Super Seven guy. I'm a Super 7 guy. I like their reaction stuff too. Honestly, I don't think reaction's a bad idea because it's very throwbacky to when we were kids to the, oh, look, 3 3/4. I don't think that they put enough, what do you call it? Not detailed because it's not detailed, but I wish they gave it a little more spin to it, Like it's very simplistic, like head, arms, legs, torso. That's basically the figure. You know what I'm saying?
What you talking about, NECA?
No, no, Super 7 with their reaction figures.
Oh yeah, yeah, them thing that's too old school for me. The articulation ain't there. I don't like it.
Yeah.
You know what I call them? And I collect them too for the Power Rangers line, but I call them McDonald's toys because that's exactly
Ha!
what the articulation is.
That's what they look like.
Yeah.
See,
Man,
you,
I'm surprised that y'all don't like the NECA figures. They have done so many TMNT figures. That shit is crazy.
It's kind of ridiculous the amount the figures that they've made because they have like 7 working licenses, right? Within the Turtles, like they have the regular tune, they have the movie ones, they have uh, they have the Universal Monsters crossover line, which exists now because I think they're about to announce like Shredder as Dracula, right, or something like that.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, so they have a lot of like active lines, and they're bold enough to try to do the 2012 because they already released like images from Michelangelo for the 2012 one. They've done a lot. They've done a lot of turtles. I've seen their stuff. I know they're trying to finish out like the giant crane by the end of the year, NECA, but I don't know if they're gonna make it this year. But we'll see. I mean,
I'm surprised they ain't done a Technodrome yet.
I think it's because the sewer layers are like hit and miss. Like they'll sell and then they won't, and then they will and then they won't. You know, like Buddy here, he's doing the Musk for the sewer layer, and he's doing it pretty reasonably too. I've seen for what he's doing. Have you seen it by the way?
You talk
The
about Ace, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I was there when they was formulating the whole idea. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I'm in that whole Flipboard group with Mad Hatter and Mega
Oh
J, and you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Coming up with the figures. So during the process of that, that's when the whole Musk idea came about. You know what I'm saying? My good buddy Renders FX, he really helped Ace with that a lot. You know what I mean? With just formulating the vision. Because
Yeah.
that idea came up like a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. And it's finally coming around to where it's for pre-order and stuff like that. He did a great job on it.
Yeah. I saw it's beautiful stuff. I was actually trying, and I don't know if you can hook me up or get somebody to send me one of the because Ace did the movie He Man head.
Oh yeah, yeah, he did the versions too.
I gotta get me one of those, bro, because the He Man head for the movie one I have is it looks like an actress that I don't want to be mean about, so I'm not gonna say her name.
Are you talking about the Masterverse version?
Yes, sir. That
Yeah, she looks like an old ass lady. That's an ugly face. Ugly face. I hate it. I got the Ace one that he made. I made an Origins version of the movie He Man, and that shit is hot. You know what
he
I'm saying? I think he might still have some available on the website, but I know the version 2. I believe they're up for pre-order.
Yeah, he did a really good job with that. I mean, if next time you speak to him, tell him we really appreciate.
I'll see if I can get some heads.
Yeah, man. It just you could tell the love and attention that he put into that. You know, because he knew that we were gonna like pop out the Masterverse head. We knew he knew that, so he took his time. He probably did it in ZBrush or Maya or one of these programs because I'm a toy maker, so I know these things as well. So, but you can tell like this was done as a passion project, you know, because he's like
Oh yeah,
he's
he made some
he's
cool versions of Skeletor and He-Man, but Mattel they wasn't down for that shit. They hit him with that C&D real quick.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, we were actually like 6 months ago. Actually, we were talking a little bit of this and that, and I told BTV like I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a Courtney Cox Masterverse figure sooner or later from the movie. I get it too. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't
Because
know about that one.
I mean, come on, she's like the star of the movie. Like
yeah.
her,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna sell.
you you know what? You put her as a 2-pack with Wildor. That's
There
it.
you go.
So you just got to force her out there, huh? That's
Yeah.
the only way they're gonna sell her ass. Throw her in a 2-pack with a figure that people want.
Hey, well, she's the star of the movie. You kind of can't avoid her. You know, like Like
Yeah,
NECA's
but
running characters to make for the movie versions. Like they're gonna have to do like April's boss in the NECA version of the movies. I wanna, April, get in here. That guy.
I mean,
wow.
they did a lot of people, you know what I mean? So that's a
Yeah,
possibility.
yeah. I mean, they even got Tatsu finally to sign the release for it. So that was the last holdover. They do a great job too, by the way.
Well, I got a question for you. Since you're on the TMNT, out of the three movies, Ninja Turtles 1, 2, and 3, which one is your favorite?
Number one.
BTV.
Number one always. It's always the nice dark one. You know, it's to me it's perfect. It's just like the comic books. When you get into the second one, it just kind of falls apart because no weapons. And the third one, well, it was just it's okay. But going back in time looking for the scepter is just I don't know. Even as a kid, it was cool, but now when I'm an adult watching, it's just like it doesn't hit home. Going back to that very first one, that is perfect. The number one movie, perfect all the way.
Next mutation. I do
Don't
like
even
those
go there.
sculpts.
Don't go
I
there,
do
man.
like those sculpts. I'm not gonna lie. I told DTV like it's not a great show, but I do like those sculpts. But realistically,
Oh,
yeah,
you talking about with Venus de Milo?
yes,
Yeah, that's his
sir.
favorite. That's
When the
his
Power
favorite
Rangers
right there.
producing the Ninja Turtles.
They were okay. You know what I mean? But I don't know. That kind of reminds me like that connects a lot with like the third movie. You know what I mean? Just with
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
how they
supposed
were.
to be in canon because they're in the sewer, the train station for
the
the second,
subway.
yeah, the third one,
Yeah.
right? So we talked about the Next Mutation 2 just because that was the most active Splinter we had seen in live action. Because the
Hmm.
first one wasn't even a figure. Remember the first Splinter in the first movie was just a puppet, just like the
Yeah.
torso. Then the second one was a puppet with animatronics because they were like pulling the legs and to kind of make him stand up so he could throw that arrow at Super Shredder and whatever. And then in the third one, they were like, "The hell with it, put him back down," and they just like had him sit down through the whole freaking
How do
movie.
y'all feel about the Michael Bay TMNT movies?
Okay. Well, that's kind of a it's a hate love situation with me. I think it was a good idea, but the turtles, I don't know. I wasn't feeling. I like how they did different turtles for each turtle, but I don't know. I think they're a good movie, just in a whole different universe. I would have to put them in a different universe. You know what I'm saying? And Michael Bay's is different than the original one. If you look at it as, oh, it's a reboot, okay, cool. I mean, especially when they brought in Bebop and Rocksteady in the second one, but they messed up the Technodrome scene. They should have made that built and did something instead of having it destroyed so fast. That Krang was okay looking. Not the best, but it was okay looking.
Brad Garrett, right there. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I'll be honest with you. Like the Michael Bay movies seem like two completely different writers, two completely different universes. Because the first one is, oof, it's like so thirsty with Michelangelo and this and that. But
Michelangelo Love.
with the second one, they course corrected. They were like, you know what? We got to put in Rocksteady and Bebop. We got to put in Baxter. We got to put in Karai again. We got to switch out the actors of Karai. We got to,
Oh, shit.
make Shredder like 50 years younger. It's like
Yeah,
they
they switched out
really
actors way too much.
did. They were going here, and then they went completely a different direction for the second one. They came up with a better marketing too. I think they did a much better job. I know they made less money in the second one, but it is what it is. Uh, but like yeah, like BTV is saying, they didn't spend enough time on the Technodrome, and I think they didn't do enough scenes with Krang either because for all the CGI and all the modeling and all of the this and all of the that, and then you have to motion capture it to Shredder. For all, for all that work, it was only on screen for like 5 minutes max. Most of the movies like Tyler Perry and Shredder and April arguing with each other, and Will Arnett. It's like, all right, Will Arnett's playing basketball. I got it. That's cute, but let's go. Let's go. This is a Turtles movie. Give me more Turtles. That's
Yeah.
and that was goes back to the Courtney Cox thing. She's the star of the He-Man movie. It should be a He-Man movie. He-Man should be there. It should be Battle Cat and this and that. But your star is somebody completely different than your central character.
All right,
You
I
know
got a
Megan
question.
Fox.
Shoot.
Are
You know
y'all
Megan Fox
into
is the star.
the Last Ronin? Y'all into that comic?
Oh, hell yeah! Sorry, that comic is it's yeah, that's great. I love that comic. Masker, I don't think it's read it yet, but oh man, telling the story of how the brothers died and how they haunt Michelangelo, that was awesome. I loved it. I can't wait for the movie, and I can't wait for the video game if it actually comes out.
The video game, yes, that's what I was going to touch on. I hope they bring that shit out.
Yeah,
That
I'm
will be
hoping
a
too,
hot
man.
video game.
Oh
Did
yeah.
you hear if they're gonna make the Last Ronin movie, or they're gonna cancel it, or it's gonna be like Ninja Turtles 5, or because we keep hearing on and off and on and off that they're gonna do a movie, and then the video game thing is gonna be like a 3-year project. So it's like I don't know what they're doing with the Last Ronin.
I hope they make a movie and a video game, and I hope they link them both together. That's a
Yeah,
good way to go.
yeah. Last year at Comic Con, we covered some of the Comic Con stuff, and they had Kevin Eastman talking about the Last Ronin. And he was like, "Yeah, we talked to the people, we saw the script, and everything's looking good." He kind of put next mutation over too in the interview, so that, that always like puts a smile on my face. But it's like, yeah, it's ongoing, but that's ongoing can mean anything, and it's like ongoing can mean like I'm going to Burger King. That doesn't mean I am at Burger King. Like I'm going. Yeah, eventually I'm going. Just I don't know. To me, it's like it doesn't seem like a definitive thing because they were going to do that, and there was also the rumors that they were going to do another live action, just another movie, and they were trying to get Judith Hogue to come back and like make it officially Ninja Turtles 5 and just keep following the live action movies. Or I don't know. There's a lot of things they're going to do. Like, I know for
What,
sure they're doing Mutant Mayhem 2. That's for guaranteed.
what are your thoughts on if they would have came out with that one movie? I'm sure y'all heard about this. If they would have continued to Turtles 4, but it was going to be a different spin on it, where there was like a extra mutation to the
Yes.
Turtles. You know what I'm talking about? There was going to be
Yeah,
a fifth brother.
yeah, they were
Uh-huh.
gonna
I do know what you're talking about.
go
I
ahead.
think I think that would have been cool. I think they would have if they did it right. It would have been cool. If I know Kevin Eastman was part of that. Had the idea for a while, and I always worry about movie studios. Like they have the main script writer, they have the main producer, and then certain ways around it, they change it up somehow. Especially in today's age with CGI, they just totally sometimes just flop the movie.
Yeah,
It would have
uh,
been cool. Shit. I would have liked to see that fifth turtle. Or he had like some long ass nails and shit. Something like that.
yeah. So the idea of that is that movie was called Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation, but the name stayed over, and then it was changed over to the Saban show, to the Power Ranger show. But Eastman was like, you know what, we're keeping the Next Mutation as a name. So they just moved over that, and the fifth turtle was supposed to be Kirby, as a homage to the the cartoonist and animator Kirby. He's been so influential in so many things. So Jack Kirby. So that was sort of their like love letter to Jack Kirby, because all of Ninja Turtles really is like an homage to Daredevil, like Splinter, Stick, this, that, the face, the foot. It's very, and they've said it a million times too. But yeah, we'll see what happens there. Would you like to see a crossover movie of anything? By the way, Mr. Omar, like on the big
Ah,
screen,
let me
like
think.
two franchises to put them together. What would you like to see on the screen?
Shit. I mean, they've done a
Big
lot of
Hollywood
comics like
movie.
that. You know what I mean? Like the Turtles and the Power Rangers and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They're
I
about to.
wish they would continue with the original Rangers, or you know what I'm saying, just the ones that they could get. Like kind of how they did the that Netflix episode. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Oh
once
yes.
and always. Yeah,
As it was hot. Shoot, I remember watching Power Rangers when that shit first came out back in the day, back in the early '90s. That shit was incredible.
yeah. It's a very good idea. Honestly, I think what would work would be do like right now. Honestly, like if you're gonna do it, like as a writer, my perspective would be we do a live action movie, but we put together the turtles and the Rangers, and we put the movie Turtles, and we put the original Mighty Morphin cast together, and because that would work in timeline. You know what I mean? I think that would look aesthetically good. people that like the original Mighty Morphin costumes would come in. People that like the original, 1990 version of the Turtles would come in. So you get double your money back. I don't think it would be a loss either. I mean, I know Power Rangers is like hanging by a thread, and every 8 years they sell it or buy it to somebody else. But still, like, you still
There
have
was
a
there
fan
was
base
some
still
guy
has been around
that
for 31 years.
y'all seen them YouTube shorts and somebody did a little quick preview of how it would look if like Leonardo was redone. He's like fighting some people, and there's one of Donatello. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, you mean the CGI one?
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw those.
that shit would be hot.
Yeah,
That shit look legit. That was the best Leonardo that I've seen in a minute.
hell yeah.
Yeah, that's some great animation too. There's some great animators out there too, which is funny. We when we reviewed, well, we talked about it a little bit. We haven't done an official episode on Once and Always, the Netflix special, the Power Ranger one, right? You could tell how everybody was working so hard and everything was so good and everything was gelling, and even the when they called the Zords, everything was looking great. And then when they actually formed the Megazord looked like shit.
Yeah.
It, it looked like they ran out of budget at that exact moment, bro. That was like
That CGI Megazord, man, I
a
tell
lot
you.
of money. Yeah, it looked like so bad. Bro, you at the very least you've been waiting 20 years to see the return of the Dino Megazord, and then they give you that, which is like a CAD version of the Zap toy that didn't work out and kept breaking. I was like, bro, what are you doing? That was like it looks so god awful put together. It's like it looked great. Like it was crazy what they did there too, because it looked great when they were like the Zords before they formed. You know,
Yeah.
when they were like running or whatever. Here's the pterodactyl coming out of the ground. Here's the Tyrannosaurus breaking through the ground itself. It's like, oh, here comes the saber tooth running. All of that stuff looked freaking amazing. They did a solid job, bro. And they put that Megazord together. We're out of money. Call it. Like you ever been on a movie set and they're like, cut, or well, that's a wrap. As soon as that Megazord came in, that's a wrap, bro. Oh man. Since we got you here, man, let me ask you some, Mr. Horke. So, what, we're gonna get another He-Man movie, or it's all bullshit?
Man, I hope so. You know what I mean? I seen the cast that they're going with,
I'm
and
tired of the
I don't
real
care. You know what I'm saying? How they do it, I just hope the shit makes sense. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't a big fan of Revelation. You know what I mean? But then they finally did it better. With, you know what I'm saying? The last one they came out last year. That
Yeah,
shit was pretty good.
I like the Netflix show. I don't really think it's like timeline wise connected to the original show. I mean, aesthetically, it doesn't look anything like it. I mean, I'm not that hard into He-Man as like a fan guy, but I don't know. Last thing I heard about the movies though was Jared Leto's gonna be Skeletor.
I think it can work. You know what I'm saying? If they go, obviously, maybe have to make him CGI because his ass is real skinny. You know, Skeletor, he's just big as He-Man.
I don't know though. I mean, with Jared Leto after the whole Joker thing, it's like he never bounced back from doing Joker.
I,
Morbius,
I like that spin on the Joker. It was
Morbius is
different.
Skeletor now. Come on, bro.
I don't know. I think he might be able to do it. He's got that long hair and shit. Well, Skeletor ain't got no hair. You know what I'm saying? It all depends. It all depends on how they go about it.
You
Remember, they
know
could
what
also
happened
do
to the.
CGI.
Sorry,
They
go
could
ahead.
CGI him, and that's the thing today. That's like the biggest thing. Forget about how small the actor is, or how big the actor is. We'll just put the little balls on him and make it CGI. And
That's
all you
right.
gotta
Like,
do is
look,
the skeleton. All you gotta do
look
is
at
the Skeletor
thing.
voice.
The thing
There
in
you
the new
go.
Fantastic Four movie. He looks pretty good.
Hmm.
Yeah, because they did both with him. They have a guy in a suit, and they have like green screen with the dots over the gloves and the hands for a lot of the scenes. So it is a character you're seeing on screen. You're just seeing CGI, forearms and hands. But that's why they did it too as a cost cutting thing. I know they already like dropped some of the toys for that, like for Funko, the pre orders for those. So I don't want to like ruin it for anybody that hasn't seen it, but.
Are y'all into like the whole Marvel movies and all that?
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
when it
yeah, we
comes
like
down
them
to
for sure.
Spider-Man, Iron Man, oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
You been watching the new cartoon, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man?
not yet. I
No,
have
That
not, but I
that shit is
I did
good.
find that. Is it good? Okay, because
It's
I've been told
real
kind of.
good.
I think
Oh
the
my,
costume that they showed is kind of funny looking, but
it's
I'll take
fun.
your word on it. I'm gonna have to go check it out.
Trust me, that shit is so hot. And they're releasing them like 3 episodes a week. You
Oh
gonna get to
wow.
that real fast.
what
Okay.
I have seen is the X Men '97. That is very good, but they're also very heavy episodes. So like a lot gets thrown at you in one episode. It's like an entire turkey dinner in 20 minutes. It's like, all right, yeah,
The
right.
Friendly
You
Neighborhood
got this.
Spider-Man, it's up there with that.
Yeah,
I gotta say
Yeah.
this. You'll see.
yeah. I was
Same
thinking
thing
they
with
were gonna do
Invincible. You watching Invincible?
no, I've
No.
never seen it. Was
What?
what's that one?
Oh my god. That shit is so hot. Invincible, that's a must see. You ain't seen it at all. You got plenty of seasons to catch up on.
I do want to try the boys though, because that one seems to be
Oh,
what
you
everybody.
ain't never seen The Boys?
I've seen clips, but I've never like sat down and tried to see it.
Oh my God. That shit is so good. You want some realistic superhero type shit? Watch The Boys. The Boys is so good.
I like when superheroes try to do a realistic thing, like Watchmen. I loved Watchmen one, and I saw Watchmen two, but they did it in animated form. It was still a good story, but I don't know. When I see like some of the clips for the boys, it looks like Mystery Men with it looks so Mystery Menish with what's his name,
Man, I'm
Ben
watch it or
Ben
even
Stiller.
the spin-off. Gen V. Gen V was a good show too.
Yeah, I have a
Spin-off
feeling.
of The Boys. Y'all missing out. Y'all missing out on some top quality shows.
Well, I'm trying to get through Titans. I'm trying to get through Titans season one. One of the shows that I loved personally, and I thought it was like such a masterpiece, even though it was like so repetitive. It was like Power Rangers repetitive. Was Gotham? You saw Gotham?
Gotham was good. I really enjoyed Gotham.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But you gotta admit it's repetitive as hell because at the end of every season, it's the same thing. Jim Gordon, you're fired. At the beginning of the next season, Jim Gordon, we have nobody. We need to bring you back. And again,
I,
every
I,
season
I like that show.
this guy to
You were
come in
saying
and
that
help.
ran good. Another show that was really good was Arrow. Arrow was good.
Mm.
I have seen Arrow. You know what? I was disappointed with heavily though was the live action Crisis on Earth thing
Yeah, I know what you mean.
because I thought that was gonna be its own thing, and then it's like you have to watch one episode of Supergirl, you have to watch one episode of Arrow, you have to watch one episode of Flash, and like to try to no, bro, come on, like, isn't that big enough by itself? You know what I mean? Like that should be a TV movie. Crisis on Earth. Oh, we got Superman and Supergirl. We basically got a Justice League. That's a movie. You don't need to be bullshitting it up and cutting it into 20 pieces into 20 shows. I thought that was terrible, bro. Like that. The execution was terrible. I saw the Supergirl episode, and yeah, I get the idea. They're crossing over.
Did y'all like Smallville back in the day?
Oh wow, those are one I haven't seen in a long time. Yeah, I thought that was a good show.
Smallville was hot. They had a good, what,
Yeah.
9, 10 season run, something like that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
my brother was big into that. I used to get him the DVDs every December for Christmas. Like, oh, season one, season two. He loved that show. I only saw the series finale for Smallville.
Oh my
Really.
God.
You need to go
That's
watch it,
crazy.
man. You need to go watch
You
it.
you missing out. You need to go back, watch it on
I
the
don't think I'm missing
CW app,
out.
Hulu app.
Okay, hold on,
Watch
hold on,
that shit.
hold on. Let me speak on it because I saw the last episode and I was pissed off as a one episode guy. All right. So you mean to tell me you waited like 9, 10 years for this guy to turn into Superman, and then when he finally turns into Superman, all he does is open his chest and then you roll credits? What a f you to the fans, bro.
Well, that's because
Thank
Tom
God I
Welling,
didn't see 10 years
he
for
didn't
that.
want to wear the suit. You know what I'm saying? That shit is, you know what I'm saying? It's a little tight. He didn't feel like wearing that shit. So that's why they did it like that.
What a tease, bro. What a tease.
That's the same thing like Gotham. At the end of Gotham, they put him in that ugly ass Batman suit. You
Yeah,
seen
but
that shit?
you got 30 seconds of a Batman costume, which is a lot more than just like here's the S of Superman.
But see that's classic though. That's a classic rip, you know.
Oh,
Come
I
on.
love the idea, but I was like, okay, episode's over. Like it's like that bullshit of The Sopranos. Like, oh, who's coming in to talk to Tony and his family? And then they roll credits.
I mean,
No, stop believing.
technically,
What
they
did you do?
continued the story in comics. They had comics that made it last longer.
Oh, I did see that they did an entire season, like in webisode form of Smallville, where he is just like Superman regular. You know? What did you think of the new trailer, by the way, the new Superman trailer?
I think that's just going to be good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That director, he knows how to do his stuff. You know what I'm
patience.
saying? It's going to be good.
I'm hoping so. I saw the trailer. To me, honestly, it looks like Guardians of the Galaxy. Not Guardians of the Galaxy. It looks like Birds of Prey 4 or whatever. It looks very James Gunnish. Like, okay, here's the guitars. Here's the rock music that's like sponsored, and like, okay, here's one character. Here's another character. It doesn't really feel like a Superman movie. It feels like the League of Legends movie. Not League of Legends. League of Superheroes. You ever seen that show? It seems like a live action
Yeah.
like that. Like, okay, Superman is gonna awaken all of these. Okay, here's Green Lantern #5, and here's Super Boy or whatever, whatever character it is. Like all of these weird things, and then all of a sudden, like he can't do it, so the dog's gonna save him, and like Crypto is not the big bloodhound; it's this little like furry dog, and I'm like, I get it for comic fans, but this little furry guy's gonna like travel to the Fortress of Solitude. Come on, I don't know. I gotta
He's
see it.
strong as
I don't
shit.
want to judge it
The
on
strong
before.
ass dog.
Yeah. I gotta see more of it. What did you think though? So we're talking live action. What did you think of the Flash, the Flash movie with
The
Keaton?
Flash movie, it even though Ezra Miller had all that hate, you know what I'm saying, for all the crazy weirdo shit that he did, the movie it was okay. You know what I mean? I'm just glad that we got a Flash movie. But how it ended, it just didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? You gonna bring back George Clooney? You know what I'm saying? As another Batman? Like,
Yeah,
no, I wasn't feeling it.
yeah. I liked all of the Keaton stuff, and honestly, it felt like two different movies.
That's
Like
how
the
they
Keaton
hyped it was
plot,
with Keaton.
yeah,
That's how they hyped it was with Keaton. Just that once, I am Batman. That's what
Yeah,
made the movie hyped. That's how they
that's the
hyped
only
it
reason
because
people wanted to watch it was with Michael
exactly.
Keaton.
yeah. Those fight scenes were rough though with Keaton because it was all CGI. It wasn't the Keaton we knew. It was like just CGI,
Oh,
CGI, CGI. Like I'm a graphics artist, so I get what it is, and I get the times, and you have to like, oh, we gotta make IMAX happy, so let's throw a batarang at the screen. I get that stuff, right? So I get the synergy and like what you want to do, so you can release it on Blu-ray, 4K, whatever. But like when you're seeing that, like Batman shouldn't need to be that CGI. It's not like Batman '89 was like great because like Tim Burton knew how to hide all of the mistakes and like he knew how to play it in the shadows. The I don't know who directed the Flash movie, but this guy did not know how to play in the shadows. Like, oh, tell him I'm Batman. Like, yeah, hell yeah, tell him I'm Batman. Like, this Batman is like blonde and he's like crouching and the introduction to Keaton, the reintroduction to Keaton, like he's just like an old man in his own house, which is and then that weird fight scene, I don't know. Like a lot of the fight scenes left a lot to be desired. You could tell Keaton was loving it because he got to do like his old lines. Like he pulled up I think he pulled up Supergirl and he asked her like, "How much do you weigh?" And then he did the battering thing, like he did to Vicky Vale. How much do you weigh? I got all
Mhm.
that stuff. I get all the I'm Batman stuff. That was great, but like, I don't know. I think it would have
So
been a
my
completely different movie with Tim Burton's involved in any way.
my favorite
we need to
movie in that
kind of
whole universe was Batman vs Superman. You like that?
oh yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was solid stuff. That was solid too, but
I think Ben Affleck, he was a badass Batman.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
he
his
is a good
interpretation was
Batman.
really good too. What was weird though was like they gave Henry Cavill like a 15-year break between Supermans, and then they just bring him back. And then they ruined it. They ruined his death
Oh,
because
The Rock ruined that shit. With all that DC universe is about to change, and he fucked it up.
no, DC fucked it up themselves because they were doing the Justice League movie posters and it already had Superman right in the center of it. So that means he's not dead. So you knew Superman was gonna come back, but really, like from the jump, you're not even gonna pretend he's like half dead. That's what they did with Guardians of the Galaxy. They killed off like three characters in the one of the Infinity Saga ones, and then they just brought her back and like, don't worry about it. There was no sacrifice. We just got rid of Thanos. Like, they should have a bigger stake. If you get rid of a bad guy, like keep him gone, or if you get rid of a character, keep him gone at least for a little bit, bro. I don't know. I would have liked in the Flash, going back to the Flash movie for a second, I think a better character as a villain should have been Clayface, and that would have been a lot more fun too.
But that's the Batman villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're running through time, what's the problem? You're gonna catch up to somebody anyways, right? You're running through time.
The Flash is gonna beat up Clayface easy. He's the Flash.
I mean, it's still fun to have seen a live action Clayface, and you could have done like a
Hey,
million of those cameos, right? You could have done like, oh, Clayface is turning into the Christopher Reeve. Clayface is turning into Michael Keaton, or he's turning into whoever. That would have been freaking. That would have been an excuse for Cameo City, brother. Come on, that's
They should
Cameo
have brought back
City.
Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman.
there you go.
There you go, dude. Michelle Pfeiffer anytime is a good time, bro.
And she killed
Yeah.
that shit. She did good in that part.
Oh yeah, man. She was really good in that, and she was in that movie. She was with like hammy ass actors. Cause she had Christopher Walken was Danny DeVito, and like you got a lot of egos on set. And she still held her own, and I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. With the other chick with Batman One, I don't think Kim Basinger did a bad job, but it's like you could have had anybody in that role, you know.
Yeah,
Like
they should have gave it to somebody else.
yeah, I mean that movie was Nicholson and Batman, and everybody else is like filler. Like, I think even Bob did a better job. Like remember, come here, Bob. Bob.
Hey, fellas, it's been fun busting up with y'all. But it's
Yeah, man.
around that time I might have to
Same.
wrap it up.
Oh, we
All
appreciate it.
good. Thank you
Before
for
you go,
coming.
want to plug any last things, buddy?
Well, let me think, basically, I'm saying people want to come check me out. I talk about Motu all the time. Plenty of reviews, plenty of just off the wall, crazy type of Motu stories that I do with the action figures. You know what I mean? Just into some crazy shit. You like some crazy shit? Come check me out.
Awesome stuff, brother. Have a
There
good
you
night.
go.
We'll catch
All
you
right,
guys.
brother. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for
Same, same.
inviting me on here. It was fun busting it up about random stuff. Love all that nostalgia type of stuff.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Take care.
All right, man.
Yeah.
You too.
Hopefully, we can have you on some other time. Catch you next time. Peace.
Yes, sir. Peace.